And Dara Cunningham.
Hello there. Stop doing that.
Sorry.
You sound incredibly hoarse, Dara, but I think we'll come on to that in a minute. Special thanks to Bass and Bly.
Story for that. Sorry, I have a funny story for that, but go on.
I'm just cutting off a load of noise that was going on in the background. Yep, special thanks to Bass and Bly, sponsors of the podcast, based in Harrogate, premium independent photographic dealership with 60 years of history, selling the finest cameras, binoculars and spotting scopes from top brands such as Canon, Fujifilm, Nikon, Sony, Zeiss. Rocco, I'll save one for you.
Pentax.
Hey, they also carry premium optics from Swarovski, Opticon, Leica, and Zeiss. That's things like binoculars, spotting scopes. If you want to spy on a team at a hedge or fence, the peacocks, would you spy on them?
No need.
Oh dear. So yeah, and they've got an excellent selection of used gear, loads of stuff coming in all the time, and you can get £10 off when you spend £100 or more. There's a little pop-up on the website, so go to www.bassandbly.com, links in the description below, or go to
6 Beulah Street in Harrogate.
It's quite hard to sync in different time zones on a stream, isn't it?
We should practice.
Yeah, we need more practice. Next time we're on the pitch together, we can spend a few seconds doing that between like free kicks and stuff.
So what do you want to get into first? Leeds Scum. Leeds went out to Scandinavia, to Sweden. Or are we doing Leeds Creators Cup first? Where do you want to go? Leeds Creators Cup.
Cup first. Cup. Yeah. Let's do the real news that everyone wants to hear.
Well, first of all, it was amazing to see so many people at the South Leeds Stadium. It was just fantastic. What was there, about 500 people there in the end?
518.
Wow. Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
And that was a very, very wet, rainy day in Yorkshire. So you'd imagine there would have been a few more people if the sun had come out to play.
And it was great to meet Stephen Byrne. I've got to say hello to Stephen. Flew all the way over from Ireland with his wife, and yeah, lovely to meet him. And great catching up with you, mate. And Dara, you obviously flew over on the day, early flight over. What was it, 6 a.m. flight or something?
7:30 flight, and myself and Stephen and his wife were on the same flight, Stephen and Lisa, and we're on the same flight on the way back as well. It was lots of good fun. Yeah, actually, a great crack with Stephen for the whole time. Actually, we were out drinking last night as well with some of the other content creators. There he is. He can't get enough. But what a guy Stephen is, and his wife Lisa, two better people you could never meet. So thanks a million, guys, for coming, because you certainly made my trip a lot better as well.
And I guess a big shout out to Joe Blackburn who organised the whole thing. Just stupid amount of organising that went into that. I think, yeah, he's just done a remarkable job. And we were in the bar at the end. I think it raised over £5,000. You can still donate money to it as well. So if you go to Leeds Creator Cup and leedscreatorcup.com or .co.uk, Google it, it'll come up. It's top there. And yeah, you can donate. Just put a quid in, whatever you've got. It all goes to Prostate Cancer UK, and great cause. Good game, good result for the Yorkshire Roses. Great bunch of lads in our team. Dan, the manager, as well. Amazing job. Kept us all organised for months. With months in the training, been really good. And his partner in crime, Lucy, came along to support him as well, who's done an amazing job. Took some great video and pictures of us, which is much appreciated. But yeah, it's just quality. So amazing to be a part of it all. Really good it was a really good day and a really amazing few months.
Yeah, it really made me regret not playing 11-a-side football ever since I was 18. 22 years I'll never get back, because it was amazing. And like at the time when I've not been playing football, just thinking, well, I love football, but 6-a-side is fine. But yeah, it's like the being part of a team aspect, and yeah, we had such a great team spirit. Yeah, I'd love to play with those lot every single week for the next 22 years, but probably won't happen, will it?
Well, it might be walking football by then. But yeah, I think big shout out to Joe Blackburn. I think you cannot underestimate the amount of work that went into that. And every time you looked at Joe, it was like he was almost shell shocked, because you'd ask a question, you just go, yeah, because he had about 15 other things in his head. And like that level of organization is incredible. He raised a lot of money for the charity. He gave us all a great day, and I think beyond anything, I think that's people got to remember that Joe put this together almost single-handedly. People helped him, but he carried the burden on his shoulders, and it was absolutely fantastic.
It was the fact that he's just darting around doing the commentary at one point, and he's on the pitch, like playing with us the next as well. Like, fair play, Joe. Yeah. Fair play.
Yeah, pop into the supermarket as well. The night before, I had to pop to the supermarket to get like 24 bottles of water for each team and a load of bananas. I mean, that's over and above, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And as a big shout out to everyone who came. Thanks a million for that. And again, as you said, Rocco, the camaraderie on our team was absolutely brilliant. I think even the WhatsApp group has been so much fun. The content creators we were paired with, I don't think it was any mistake on Joe Wayman's behalf. He knew he was picking. He knew we get on really well, and I think it's an experience I'll take with me for a long time. As you can see, I'm completely hoarse. So I'll give you that story now. So I was getting ready to get on the bus to go to the airport today at about 1:30 this afternoon, and spotted the two lads from the Only Leeds Bros, Darren and Dillo, outside O'Neill's at the train station there. And I realised I hadn't actually spoken to anyone because I was texting you guys back and forth, texting people, but I had been in a hotel on my own and I hadn't spoken to anyone. I went down to River Rest, got some dinner, got some breakfast, all that stuff. So it was the first time I'd actually spoken to anyone. I went, "How's it going, guys?" And that's when I realised my voice had gone. So it's 1:30 in the day by the time I realised my voice had gone. So yeah, that was fun. And oh my God, Leeds Bradford Airport this afternoon, I had to pay for fast track because all your schools are off, and the queue for security was out the door. So I was like, nah, 10 quid fast track. I went through.
He's got money to burn, this guy. Money to burn.
He's a champion. What can you say? What was your win bonus?
I think it was less than 1 cent.
Yeah, and I think one of the key takeaways I got from this, and John, I presume this question is at all of us, any injuries? Well, I bought a massage gun today and got Amazon Prime to deliver it this afternoon, free of charge, and I've been sat with this massage gun on my legs all afternoon. It's amazing. What eye opener that is, getting one of those.
Yeah, I had to teach us how to use the massage gun yesterday. Turn it on and control it. No, I wasn't massaging anyone. But yeah, to answer that little bit. To answer that question on the injuries, so I did my hammy. Funny one, I was put through on goal, and if you watch the thing, it looks like I tamely shot the keeper. But what actually happened was I put through on goal, and as I'm running, I'm looking across. I'm like, I'm 5 yards ahead of the centre back here. I'm going to get across him and get a shot in. And then I tweaked my hammy and slowed down. And by the time I got to him, we were about level. And then I just panicked on the shot anyway when I should have cut it back. But yeah, it's probably the last time I criticise wingers for that because you just don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Because yeah, I absolutely tweaked my hammy. I can't bend over today, which is a difference. Probably.
I'm going to move on from us talking about ourselves just after this. Yeah. So thank everyone on our team. Andrea Russo, who couldn't be there, who was supposed to come over from Italy but couldn't at the last minute, but he did join us at halftime via video call. He's been amazing in the group chat. Thank you ever so much, Andrea. Danny, obviously, coach, fantastic job. Carl Dixon, Joe Wayman, Rocco, James Toon, Oscar Marriott, Jer Lynch, Ben Locke, Paul Jones, Matty Foster, Dara Cunningham, Andy McVeigh, who couldn't make it on the day, Sanchez Payne, Joe Blackburn, Jack City, and Lloyd Dean. So, yeah, proper quality team, great bunch of lads, and really look forward to seeing them again soon.
And also worth shouting out, lads, you two at the back. If anyone has watched it or wants to even watch a few minutes of it, watch these two at the back. First 10 to 15 minutes, we were under the cosh, and you got Maldini and Cannavaro here, left back and centre back. They were absolutely brilliant. So well played, lads.
More like sardines and cannelloni. I don't know. No, it was good. It was ace playing with Rocco. I really enjoyed it. I think we joined a vets team, Rocco. If we ain't got any time, have we? Let's be honest. But
no, yeah, I honestly think you're the best left-footed left back that I've seen in Leeds for about since Tony Dorigo. You were absolutely awesome.
Right, let's move on. I don't want this to be about me. Right, cool. Leeds versus Scum in Scandinavia. Team sheet came out. Interesting choices there. Gruev starting, Harrison starting, which was the controversial one. But obviously there's going to be a lot of rotation. But yeah, nice to see us nice to see us playing again. Nice to see us on a pitch. And I thought we started very, very well.
I was well impressed. The team sheet, don't take anything from the starters, but straight away it jumped out at me, the 4-3-3 thing. And I'd suspected so. The amount of midfielders we're signing when we already had such a strong midfield, I thought, is he going to go to 3 in midfield? And maybe he won't. Maybe we'll go and buy number 10, but I think it's going to be 4-3-3, and I really like that. I've wanted us to play like that for a long, long time. And it looked really good. I thought we played really, really well on Saturday against an abysmal Man U team, and they did look terrible. But still, it's a Premier League opposition, and I thought we were excellent.
Premier League opposition with £1 billion squad. Let's call it what it is. Their depth is absolutely incredible. Even if we don't rate their players or their club or their team, it's far surpasses anything we've got financially. But I didn't think it was that controversial in the terms of starting lineup. We've lost James. I didn't think it was anything controversial. Like, Harrison is in the squad. He's working hard. No issues there. Gruev, he's the only other midfielder. Other than Longstaff was maybe could have got a start, but no, I think he's right to start Gruev and bring Longstaff on. He was only in a day. So no, team wise, absolutely fine. Byram at left back. I saw a really good tweet actually. Said how Byram is absolutely 100% Leeds. He spent the whole game kicking his opponent and not passing it to Jack Harrison.
And that's the thing though, like Harrison, he was he was the only player that really wasn't at all on song. I mean, he just didn't get involved or do anything, did he really?
No, he didn't. But I don't think it was from lack of trying either, though. I just think sometimes it doesn't work out for you. I don't think he's the type of guy to down tools and not give us a shift. Look, Paixão comes in. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, but that'll make a very different situation for Harrison. But for right now, I think he's there on merit. Farke's comments on him after the game were very interesting. It certainly looks like the door is wide open for him to stay. James, not sure you have those comments to bring up on screen. I'm probably putting you on the spot there. You're going to say no, you don't.
I cut off. I don't know if you saw it, but
we did.
Yeah,
it was
I
hard
don't know. I feel like he's. I mean, the fact that he's playing means that the door is open, but he could just be saying that to. He can't not say that really. If we want to drive up any sort of fee for him. It's different to the Bamford thing, really, because Bamford you can't hide from it, can you? Harrison, I'm still not convinced he'll still be here.
I don't think he'll be here. I think it's a case of maintenance. You got to maintain a player that's been playing in the Premier League the last season. It's a bit of advertising, and equally, we still don't know who's going. Like, what if we are really light? Like, what if someone unexpected has to go? And can Jack Harrison play 2 positions? I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But personally, I don't think he'll stay. And it's probably the right time to move, isn't it? Move his mum along.
Yeah, bless her. What about Lucas up front? Thought he was brilliant. Really, I
think Lucas Nemecha is an interesting one, isn't he? Because he looks like, he looks very good at holding the ball up for starters. And I think we always wanted that and got it from Pat Bamford at times. And I suppose, have they got similar injury records? Is he kind of a level up? Is he a level above Bamford? So he's less of a gamble than Bamford, but kind of similar in terms of injury record. And I don't know. It feels like he's possibly cheaper to keep, maybe as well. I don't know. Who knows? But it could be an interesting one.
Yeah, I thought the match was good. I thought a few players played really well. I think in general, I agree with Rocco. I thought we were really good. We looked really solid. I liked the 4-3-3. That looked well. Tanaka had a good game. Nyonto had a really good game. Again, I think he could be one of those players who ups his game a bit this season. I think he's the type of guy who plays better against better opposition. So I think he could have a big season as well. Ramazani looked great when he came on. I mean, the Scum commentators were very honest. Actually, it was a bit weird. They were bizarrely fair. Yeah, they were really fair. And they were going on about how brilliant Tom Heaton was. And even after the game, the two guys doing the analysis were saying, like, with performances like that, Heaton could actually find himself as Scum's number one. I was like, that's high praise. So, Ramazani was unlucky probably not to have 2 goals, only for a couple of really good saves. So I thought Goodmanson looked good too. Slid in, a few good interceptions.
Quick, isn't he?
Yeah, quick and strong.
Forward.
Looks really, really good player. Very impressed with him. BL probably went a bit below the radar, but again, just because he didn't have much to do, looked like a fine player. So far, so good, lads.
I was impressed at how good the passing was in tight little triangles, and the movement was amazing. Like Tanaka and Yonto, sorry if you've already said this, was just really good. And the second half, we seemed to get more clean-cut chances, like Ramazani cutting in. I felt like you could argue that Scum could have scored, and they could have done, like, they hit the bar, and then there was that big melee in the box, wasn't there? Where
that was only when we had all the kids on, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then equally we created enough chances in that half as well. So it was good, interesting to see us, and obviously it's so early days, and I wish we could be a fly on the wall in Germany for the training camp. It'd be nice to see how they do. There's some good footage out today of them training, some bants with Bogle.
We can't not mention Jabo after that.
Yeah,
he was the best player.
He was so good, so good. I didn't know whether you noticed this as well, but it seemed like Tanaka was pushing a bit further forward than normal as well. I mean, he was all over because he was playing deep, wasn't he? But he was also connecting into attacks with Bogle on the right as well. So yeah, just really interesting to see how we set up and how we play. But yeah, Bogle was fantastic.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah, it's hard to overlook. It's hard not to overlook Bogle because we've now just come to expect it from him.
Yeah.
But he does. He looks a cut above. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's knocking on the door of an England call up by the end of the season. He's really, really good.
Yeah. What is he? 24, something like that. Good age to be going in the Premier League with us.
I mean, think about the experience he has. Like, he played in that Derby County team that beat us in the semi-final of the playoffs. I mean, so he's been playing at a good level under a good bit of pressure for a long time. It's like 6-7 years.
Yeah.
He's becoming a fine right back.
Very much so. And obviously there's a lot of chat at the minute outside of Germany and the potential signing of Anton Stach. Is it Stash or Stack? What are we going for?
Stach.
Yeah. He needs a mustache, and then we can call him Stash then. Is that right? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay, good. I mean, everyone is excited about Stack, and I know a few months ago a lot of the Man United content creators were creating analysis videos of him, so they were excited about him, which I find very interesting. There's a lot of people talking about him being the fourth best midfielder in the Bundesliga last season, but when you look at all of his stats, and that's kind of all we can really go at the minute, isn't it? And whether that translates into the Premier League is another thing, but all of his stats look incredible in terms of progressive play, defensive play. As an out-and-out midfielder, he just looks another level, and the kind we need. The perfect accompaniment to Al Tanaka and Longstaff, you would say. And there's a point I want to make, actually. Remind me about this, come back to it. But yeah, thoughts on Stach so far? Yeah. If we get him.
Yeah. If we get in touch with, I think it's 99% certain, isn't it?
It's medical today, no?
Yeah, they might announce it while we're on, like they did with Longstaff. The stats all well and good. The people who seem to know well all really rate him. Think he's a fantastic signing. Just for me, it's the same old things that I worry about in terms of, why are the top teams in Germany not after him if he was so good. But nowadays the top teams like a Bayern Munich, even maybe a Dortmund, they're probably looking for the players that's on the next step. So they would be the next team he goes to rather than straight there from where he's been. But see him play, I'm looking forward to it. Big guy, I think that's a very good thing. Good feet for a big lad, the old classic. So absolutely fine by me. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, absolutely the same. I haven't heard anyone who knows football say anything but good things about him. I don't obviously. I gotta be honest. I know nothing about him, but I trust. I trust this recruitment team, and particularly when it comes to the Bundesliga. Like Farka has not let us down with the players he's brought in from there in terms of Gruev and Tanaka. Both brilliant players who have done an absolutely incredible job for Leeds. I know there'll be question marks over Gruev in the Premier League, but he wasn't bought for the Premier League. He was born to get us out of the Championship, and he's been excellent in doing that. None more so than, I suppose, the end of the first season when he filled that Ampadu gap superbly. And I don't think Gruev's ever had a bad game in a Leeds shirt, to be fair. Sometimes he might have a quiet game, but he never has a bad game. So using that as a principle, anyone they're bringing in from Germany, I'm okay with. And the fact that this guy comes pre-approved by just about everyone in football, I think we're going to have a top midfield. Anyone between Stach, Ampadu, Tanaka, Longstaff, any three of those starting, you're absolutely fine with. And I think what we'll find is maybe one or two of them will pin themselves in, and then it'll be maybe one spot up for grabs. Who that is, it's anyone's guess, but you'd imagine the two players coming in for the multiple millions would have the step, but then you can't leave out your captain, can you? And
This is the point that I was going to make. Is it's almost become unthinkable, hasn't it? But we're in a position where he might get forced out of the team at some point. Can he? Can he be forced out?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And we definitely don't have to worry about it. I mean, if Ampadu's not in the team, then we've got a hell of a midfield because I think he is a Premier League player. The other thing on Stach, I would say, when Isaac was on last time, like Stach was one of the ones that was on their list, but they weren't confident about. You know, they thought that they were sort of reaching for the stars with Stach. So I think that says a lot as well. Yeah, fair play. Honestly, the club, I've been so impressed. I know like all these signings could end up being crap, but I don't know. At this point, I'm just like very impressed with how they've gone about it. You know what they're doing. You know, they do mean business. It's really really good to see. And you know, comparing this even with the first summer when we came up and we spent a lot of money on players that were of international caliber. But I don't know, it just feels better this time. It feels like it makes a lot more sense, the signings that we're making, and certainly versus the Marsh summer when we were signing all those shitbags from Austria and stuff like that.
Say it out, Israel. That's good. Oliver's put in the comments, our recruitment under the 49ers seems very good, so he agrees with you there, Rocco. Sorry, I'm not pulling them up on screen for some reason. It's just stopped working when I got disconnected. So, but yeah, keep them coming, and I'll keep reading them. All the recruitment just seems methodical this time round. It always felt like under Orta and Radrizzani, it was some sort of emotional signing, like let's go for some big flair player, some future potential, and let's spray loads of cash on the potential of it as well, rather than thinking more about, okay, what do we need now? Like, where are we lacking now? We're signing the wrong players when we've got Dan James up front, which tells you everything you need to know about our recruitment policy.
And that
prior
continued,
to the 49ers.
That continued right to the very end.
Yeah.
We had a chance to get Victor Gyökeres, and we wouldn't pay was it 13 million or 17 million? We wouldn't pay one of those fees for him, and instead punted on Jorginho Rutter, who was by no means a centre forward and is still to this day not a centre forward, despite the fact that we know he turned out to be a fine player. The one time they did try and do something sensible was Rodrigo. Spain's number 9, but he was Spain's number 9 who didn't score many goals. So again, that kind of in its ultimacy did not make sense, and Rodrigo ultimately didn't make it into the Leeds team for 2 years, and then had a good final third season before leaving for 3 million quid. Those signings just made no sense. These guys, young, hungry players, you're not paying over the odds. And I think one of the big things is you're not offering Leeds to them as a stepping stone. It appears that we're not allowing for crazy clauses to be put into contracts. Like you're coming to Leeds because you want to play for Leeds. You've chosen Leeds, and that's it. Simple as that. We're nobody's stepping stone. We should never have been anybody's stepping stone. If you go on to do well at Leeds, you may or may not have an opportunity to go elsewhere for big money. Equally, we have the opportunity to grow as a club and keep you. So I just like the way we're doing it. We're just solid. We're just far more solid.
Yeah, definitely.
apparently they've been selling the Rafinha story to that Paixão guy or whatever you say.
We don't know whether that's actually Pixie. You were calling him Pixie earlier, just because you can't be bothered to learn how to spell it.
No idea what it's called.
Paixão. Paixão. Well, I mean, it's sort of rumored that they're doing that, but you would have thought that's you would like that to be the leading line, wouldn't you? It's like here's a picture of Rafinha at Ellen Road. Look where he is now. He's in for the Ballon d'Or. It's like the obvious narrative to go to him with, but a sensible one. It does show. I don't want to say pathway because that's always seems like Leeds is a stepping stone club, and we want to grow. We don't want to just be a team and a club where people come and go just to further their career, but it shows you that they can develop into top players, which is what matters. So, I think some people were arguing. Well, everyone argues on Twitter, don't they? But a lot of people were arguing about Farke's pull and whether he had it. But it's Leeds United. Like we are the pull. We're in the Premier League, and we've got. I liken this in our group chat to a bit like films. Some films you think, how did that get made? And you get one person involved, you get a good director involved, and then all of a sudden, people want to act and be in it. Or you get a good actor involved and you get a great director wanting to be part of it. Maybe it's a stupid analogy, but it's a good way. It's a good way to think about it in the context of another industry, I suppose.
Have you seen Ace Ventura, James?
Yes, I have seen Ace Ventura. Rocco definitely hasn't.
I have actually.
Bloody hell.
There's a joke that's coming.
Yeah, go ahead, Rocco. You can make it.
Well, it's the hairstyle, isn't it?
But for crying out loud!
I was thinking of.
I thought you were going to give an actual analogy.
No. I was thinking of.
What's even worse now?
What's the film with Cameron Diaz?
There's something about Mary.
Yes, that's the other one that I've seen. Yeah. There was a bit like that as well, James.
Right, let's not talk about me.
Farke's pull. Imagine meeting Farke and listening to him talking. Like we've listened to him talk for 2 years. The guy is seriously impressive. He talks fantastically well. I think anyone that meets and speaks to Farke would want to work for him.
I agree.
Genuinely do. So I don't think people look at managers. Well, look at his CV if you want. He's done great anyway. And like you say, the pull's Leeds, and Leeds have got a really solid foundation. They've got seemingly good owners, and they've got Farke who's there. He's been there. The players love it. The squad's happy, settled. This is a good place to come. Like very, very different, even to Southampton and Leicester last season.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like in your pitch, everything is well rounded, isn't it? You've got the history of player development. You've got the success of certain players and already played in the Premier League. Ethan Ampadu and players like that come from other clubs. But you've also got the development of Ellen Road itself as well. You can say, look, and we've also got these development plans. This is the direction the club's going into. The story is easy to bring the right players into the club.
But here's a question for you, and in fairness, I've just thought of this now as my voice broke again. Are there 20 or 30 better managers in Europe than Daniel Farke, right? And the question being, right, what's more attractive to a player coming in? A manager who maybe has spent the last 10 years in La Liga floating around the bottom, or the Premier League floating around the bottom, or the Bundesliga floating around the bottom, and his CV reads, I've kept a team in this league every season for such and such a season without only spending this much money. Little cup run to the semi-final every now and again, but mainly we've survived. To Daniel Farke, who actually turns around and says, in the last 7 or 8 seasons I've won the league that I've been in 3 times. I've hit record points last season. Yes, I went up, I spent no money, came back down. Like, honestly, that is acceptable. Like, that's totally acceptable. So quite honestly, I kind of look at Farke's CV, and as you say, that combine that with the way he speaks and his leadership, yeah, you absolutely would want to play for him. You absolutely would want to come to Leeds. And I think it goes back to a point you alluded to a minute ago, James. If you're a player now, if you're Paixão now, Leeds is a far better option right now than it was a week ago, because you're looking at, right, who have they brought in? They brought in Bial, they brought in Goodmanson. Bornau looked really good when he came on against Scum. It was actually him who dealt with that goal line scramble. Meslier did very well as well. You've got Nemecha coming in, you've got Tanaka, you've got Longstaff, you've got Stach. You're looking at that now going, that's a mid-table championship, a mid-table Premier League team. I could come in and add something to that. So straight away you're becoming a far more attractive option now than we were even this day last week.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, you got to think of Farker as being. Everyone always expects and suspects, just expects, the manager to be fully rounded and be, ready to go. But Farker's on a trajectory of his own, isn't he? Like there's room for him to grow. He's still a young manager. What is he? Mid-40s, I think, isn't he at the minute? So yeah, I think everyone and everyone coming into the club is potentially on that path of growth, which is just amazing. It's a good time to be, well, it's a good time to be a Leeds fan pre-season when no games have started. so let's see where we are in a few weeks, I guess.
In fairness, it wasn't a good time to be a Leeds fan last Monday when it looked like Sunderland were beating us to all our signings. So
yeah, but you were calm. You were calm.
I was calm. I was very calm.
We were calm, and I think that's the thing to remember is just don't let everyone else make your head wobble.
And don't do a Victor Orta. Don't just buy players for the sake of it. Buy the right players. Take your time.
Yeah, 100%. And so Paixão, is it going to happen?
No.
It seems very much 50-50 at the minute, doesn't it?
Does it?
Seems to be in the balance. So. Yeah, I think it's in the balance. No one's given up on it.
No, I think he'll go to Marseille. But we'll see. Hopefully we can pull it off. It'd be an amazing move.
Boring league though, isn't it?
Yeah, Champions League. Who wants that?
Yeah. Well, Anton Stach could have probably had it. He chose Leeds, didn't
he? Yeah, true. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. I'm keeping my expectations low. It's like you, James. Last Thursday, you were like checking Twitter every minute to see if it had been confirmed, just because we said we were in for him.
I said in a week's time it'll be confirmed. But yeah, it's. I would absolutely love him. I think he'd be amazing. It probably lessens the need for us to get a 10 as well when you got someone who's that creative out wide. So yeah, I don't know.
I think it's like he looks a level above Sinisterra, and it's easy to forget that Sinisterra was actually class.
He was
when he was playing, he was brilliant. He was a good signing. So this guy, he looks like he'll be closer to Rafinha, really. And obviously not as good as Rafinha, but in terms of that level up from even where Sinisterra was, I think. So we'll see.
Sinisterra had hamstrings like elastic bands, though, didn't he? That's what we don't want.
Yeah.
Crusty old elastic bands. Bless him. Away kit. That was launched. I did watch a few nostalgic videos of us in the original Nike Strongbow jersey, but yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Saw it in the flesh as well. Lucy was wearing it a few people were wearing it, but the first person I saw wearing it was Lucy, Dan's wife, and looks so nice. Well impressed with it.
It's better than the original.
Do you think?
I would say. Yeah, I think so. Looks good. I like it very much. It reminds me of the Arsenal away when we won with 9 men. I was at that game. Danny Mills, kicking the ball at Ashley Cole. Absolutely super. Well, actually, I mean, it should be remembered for Lee Bowyer calling Jeff Winter a chuffing fat something when he got sent off. That was classic.
Matthew, my friend, messaged me the other day saying, I remember watching that game with you, and when he was lying on the floor and Danny Mills had the ball at his feet, I shouted, "Kick it at him!" and he did, and then got sent off. He's remembered it all these years later. Cheers, Matthew.
Use your calm Maldini head.
Yeah.
What was that, Darren? Sorry.
No one's ever been.
Rocco, you go.
All right. Moment's totally gone, but I was going to say no one's ever been sent off for winning a throw-in before. But yeah, obviously Leeds player does.
Yeah,
what I said was you with your calm Maldini head telling someone to kick the ball off a poor defenseless, nice person like Ashley Cole. You know what is interesting about the blue kit though? I went into the club shop today in Trinity Centre to have a look at it, and it's lovely. It's really nice. But the original, the last time we wore that was away at Highbury. Well, obviously Mark Viduka scored that goal. And you guys were up against a certain guy who was wearing that jersey in that match in the Content Creators Cup. You guys were up against Simon Johnson, who had a good game there. And actually, had Viduka passed him the ball, he'd have had a tap in. Not that he needed to, obviously, but maybe if Simon's actually watching this, he'd be like, yeah, imagine if he had what could have happened to my career if Viduka just passed me that ball. Because in fairness to Simon Johnson, I watched that goal today, and obviously I looked out for Simon Johnson. And when Viduka gets the ball, he sprints forward to get in the box and give him an option. And he'd done his job. He was there. He was successful. Now, obviously, he wasn't up against you two. He was up against the Arsenal back four, which are not quite as good. But he did well.
Rocco's more terrifying than that gargoyle Martin Keown, and he said, I presume it was Martin Keown at that date, or was it
you
someone else?
You said Rocco's more terrifying looking than that gargoyle Martin Keown.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mean it, Rocco. I don't mean it.
Thanks.
Yeah, Rocco did a good job. Did a very good job. What else are we covering? What else do we need
Bamford.
to talk about?
The big news.
I thought we'd sort of covered that earlier on. We need to give it more airtime. Okay,
definitely.
Fine. So I thought Farke handled this quite well in the post-match press conference. I think he was asked why Bamford wasn't there or if there was any issues with him, and it sounds like it sounds like the club are set to let him go, that he's not part of Farke's plans. But I think he handled everything. He handled it in a way where he was trying to sell him. He was like a car salesman, wasn't he? It's like, he's been working really hard as this. He's over summer. He's been training very well. He's a great lad. He's played superb for the club. I thought, yeah, this
England
is good.
International.
Those back pictures from his wife doing pull-ups in the garage all make sense now, don't they? It's like it's a campaign video to show how muscular he looks at the minute. So, but yeah, I think exactly. I think sad. I think some people have been overly harsh to Bamford, and I get it. There's been frustrating times, but he's still been with us a long time now, and we've had some great moments with him. And obviously, the last time when we went into the Premier League under Bielsa, we had an amazing season. The hat-trick at Villa stands out, and the performance against Leicester away was amazing as well. So, yeah, I'll be sad to see him go, but I think timing-wise, it probably feels right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sad to see him go. I absolutely love Bamford. I think he's a top bloke, and like he has given everything for Leeds over these past few years. But yeah, no, he had to go this summer. It's the right decision. There's no doubt about it. Like we needed better. As well as he's done at certain times for us. If you were to analyse his Leeds career, there's been more bad than good, I would have to say, and a lot of injuries and stuff like that. But we don't have to go into all of that because he's just a top lad, and I hope he gets a great move, and I hope he has a brilliant swan song in his career.
Yeah, well, I'm going to flip the script on you here, lads. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think anyone's going to afford him. He's on 80 grand a week. So I think it actually comes down to who's going to take him. I had this conversation with some of the guys last night. Is there any club in the Championship who could afford that wage? No. What could they afford? 20 grand a week? Are we going to pick up 60? There's no way Patrick Bamford cuts this contract. He knows this is the last big contract he will ever have because his next contract will be worth 20. Now, nobody in their right mind in their last year of a contract gives up that amount of money. I don't think we can pay him up because that'll kill us on PSR. We go into the red if we start doing stuff like that. So I don't think he can go. It's not that I don't think he will go. I don't think he can go. And he may also still believe he can do a job in the Premier League. And if he thinks that, he only has to outlast Farke. People were saying not long ago Farke could be gone by October, November. No, I'm not one of them, and I don't believe that. I genuinely think he's going to keep us up this season, and he's going to have a good season, and I hope for him he has that career trajectory. But there is a chance, as Premier League goes, Farke could be gone before the season is out, and the next manager comes in and says, Patrick, you are in my plans. There's every chance that could happen. The long and short of it is I just don't see who can take him.
Yeah, I think that's why I was saying that there was a pitch from Farke on selling him because they know there's 1 year left on his contract. It's an expensive contract by all means, so they need someone to come in, pay a fee for him to go, and then obviously try and match or get near his salary. And yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I suppose he did. A lot of the Premier League players, when they dropped down, took a cut into the Championship, so we don't know what his cut was when he went down.
50. They all took a 50% cut. But do you think? I don't think they'll ask for a fee. I think they'll let him go for free if someone will take up his contract, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe someone will buy out the rest of his contract and they'll let him go for free. I just can't see it happening.
I think he'll go on loan to Coventry, and we'll get about 50% of his wages back for the rest of the season, and then wave him goodbye.
Interesting, Rocco.
That's very specific.
That's very specific. It's almost. If I was watching this, I'd be questioning if you had sources everywhere. Is that specific?
Yeah, that's why I do it. Absolutely no idea.
Excellent. Well, yeah, and Rocco, actually, it's worth probably saying, because I know Patrick Bamford went to the Playhouse to watch the through it all together last week, and so did we. It was a lovely little date night, wasn't it? Sad that that's actually over now. I wonder if they'll extend it or it'll come back, because it was very good. I would highly recommend it to everyone to go watch it.
It was wonderful. I mean, mostly, obviously, very moving and emotional story about, a family living with a dementia diagnosis. But equally, well, maybe not equally, that's a bit much, but it was an incredible tribute to Bielsa as well. And, the effect that he had on the city of Leeds and the people of Leeds. That made me really emotional, like taking you back to that time and what we had and how exciting it was. It was just brilliantly done play, and brilliantly acted. Everyone in it was amazing. Great stuff. Yeah,
very good. And is there anything else?
Yeah,
I feel
we've got to wish the main man a happy birthday. 70 today, Marcelo Bielsa.
This is because we've been living in the Yorkshire Roses chat all day today. So we've just been watching highlight reels of everything, and we've done no bloody prep. So this is why I'm particularly bad today. But yeah, happy birthday to Marcelo Bielsa, and we do have a special guest who's going to be coming on next week. Actually, he's away in Madrid this week, so he can't join us. But we will have someone very special next week, which I think is a nice way to mark the occasion as well, without saying more than
Just
that.
to clarify, it's not Bielsa, in case anyone's disappointed.
No, we have lower expectations on that one.
Well, it's still good. It's still interesting.
I think definitely.
It's a very good guest to have. I think people will want to tune in for that one. And also, we may also have Isaac Johnson at some stage from Germany. So we might get a live report from Isaac.
Yeah, he did say that he was hopefully going to catch up with us during the camp over there. So yeah, look forward to that. Hopefully that's sometime later on this week. So keep an eye on your social streams, YouTube notifications, all that stuff. That's probably a good segue, Dara, to ask people to.
On, Dara.
So we also owe our listeners and our viewers a big thank you, because we did hit that 1,000 viewer mark. So obviously, look, we're very new to YouTube. We are ultimately a podcast. That is predominantly what we do. We're podcasters as opposed to YouTubers. But obviously, in terms of growth and expansion and broadening our audience, we're now on YouTube, and we love it. We love the people who engage with us on YouTube. And we hit 1,000 subscribers. So please, let's go to the next one. Let's hit 2,000. So please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, especially when Isaac Johnson's coming on, because you don't miss that.
Dara was doing the classic Farke Bamford sales pitch there. He's like talking about expansion and all this. It's like, bloody hell, flogging a dead horse, basically. Is that a bit harsh? I don't think Bamford's a dead horse. Smash a like.
Smash a horse.
Smash a horse for the Smash a like for the horse. Right. Anyway, on that note, we should probably go, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
It's brilliant to have everyone. Thanks everyone for joining us in the chat. Sorry the comments weren't coming up. We'll fix that for next time round. And actually, as we go, I am going to leave you with this. Is it going to work? Hang on. Here we go. Patience up. The boys. The boys.
Look at that.
There we go. Yorkshire Roses to anyone who's watching, who's not watching. There's a picture of us all lifting the trophy. I can't see Rocco. I can see, I can see Dara. I'm hiding somewhere at the back. Jacob at the front as well. And
Jacob was fantastic. Great kid. I hope he's watching. What a brilliant kid.
Sanchez Payne. How the hell he didn't make it when we had players like Zach Thompson and I don't know, like all the people. I was looking yesterday at all the players he played with, like Norris and that lot, and he never made it. And he's absolutely class.
Proper player, really nice guy too.
Very nice guy. Very good content creator somewhere, I hear as well. Inside arguments. Right. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time.